Okay. If you did eroding, can I have someone read the sentence? Philip?
Tala clutched her stones tightly and thought about how the river had polished and smoothed them, slowly eroding the rough edges over time.
So, what do you think it might mean? What word might you replace eroding with? Tala clutched her stones tightly and thought about how the river had polished and smoothed them, slowly eroding the rough edges over time. Yeah. Felt the rough edges over a long time. Let me come back to you, okay? I'll let you think about it. Yeah.
Ooh, what was I just gonna say? Something with rubbing. Rubbing. That's what I was gonna say. Rubbing.
Yeah.
Forming a shape.
Forming a shape.
Like from the rough edges, maybe the water kind of made the rocks soft and like made the shapes not like pointy, like not rough but like smooth.
Like wearing it out, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Like wearing it out.
Because it said.
Because you said it's
smooth.
changing the shape, polished and smooth. Okay. Yeah, the rough. Okay, so I like how you're looking back in the text. You're saying, well, it has to do with polished and smooth, and then over time, the rough edges they eroded, or you're right, changed shape. So why don't we? So we want to. What word do we want to replace eroding with? Forming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rubbing.
Okay, let's try forming. Who would like to read it with forming? Veronica.
The river had polished and smoothed them, slowly forming the rough edges over time.
I think that makes sense. Absolutely. Okay. Who would like to use eroding in a new sentence?
Well, that means forming.
Yeah.
I was eroding the clay.
Awesome. Okay. We're going to discuss this again. Okay, so my question was, what is causing them to fight and what will make them stop? And as we're reading, that's what we'll discuss. So can you repeat your answer again?
It's because their father died.
Their father died? How do you know?
Because it said like the mom was mad and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about, I think, 3 years ago or something, or 3 months ago, her father died.
Mm-hmm. So why would that cause them to fight?
Because, like, they're mad that he died and everything.
And you think that makes them act differently? Excellent.
It said in the story their mom thought they were taking the anger out on each other because their father died.
Absolutely.
And they're really upset about it, and they're just taking the anger out on each other.
Absolutely. So as we continue to read today, we'll find more clues in the text and use our own background knowledge to answer the questions, what's causing them to fight, which we kind of already talked about, and then what will make them stop fighting. Okay? So I want you to be aware of that. You can click the record button again. Make them stop fighting. What did we highlight in the text? Gus?
I would like you both to research your stones without arguing, just this once, and maybe that caused them to realize that they've been arguing basically their entire life, and well, not their entire life, until right after their father died, they started arguing, and maybe now they realize that maybe they should just get along.
So you think what her mom said just there is going to let them realize what they're doing wrong? Awesome. Does anyone else have any other thoughts? Now remember, inferences can be different for everyone, so you can all have your own opinions or ideas with this. What other things did we infer from this page? Did we have any unfamiliar... Oh, were you going to say something?
No.
Did we have any unfamiliar words?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one unfamiliar word, and then we can just kind of talk about it. Philip?
Talisman or something.
Okay, can you read the sentence with that word?
We need to find a website about talismans first.
Okay, so who said that? Okay, what do you think it might mean? Yeah.
Like something about cavemen.
Cavemen? What's Paco interested in? Yeah.
He thinks his rock is from a volcano.
Does he?
No, he thinks that it's like magical.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought he thinks it's magical. So what kind of website do you think he'd want to go to?
Like fortune something magic.
A magic website.
Okay, so what do you think talismans might mean?
Fortune.
Yeah.
It might mean, well, I think it's like, it's probably a rock that looks like the rocks they have.
Oh,
Not quite, yeah.
maybe like he knows all different types of rocks. Maybe he knows what type of rock it is. So maybe that's a type of a rock.
Well, we know what he's interested in, right?
Yeah.
He's interested in like the kind of the fortune and magic kind of thing. So what kind of website do you think you might want to go to? A website about magic first?
Yeah.
Or maybe like a fortune teller or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so,
Well, it kind of would make sense in the sentence because it said we need to go to a website about magic first.
Well, kind of. It just really.
and I like how you said about the rock, like a website with different rocks and pictures of them, and right? Didn't you say something
That's
about that?
probably what tower would like to go on.
Okay. Well, sometimes when we read the text, we can get good ideas of what it might mean, but we can't figure out exactly what it means for sure. So, hit the record button again. Okay, how do you think, everyone just click record.
Okay.
How do you think that this Apache Teardrops story is going to affect Tala and Paco? Yeah.
Well, since it said like the tears turned into black stones that rested in the river, so maybe we'll think that it's like real and everything, and maybe like Paco will be like, "Hi, I told you," because Tyler said it was volcanic rocks, and then it said that they weren't. Like it didn't say that they weren't volcanic rocks. It said that like they're magical like tears.
Well, in the chapter before, didn't they mention how the rocks are volcanic and they're also good luck? I think this is just the story, the Apache Teardrops. I think this is just the legend of why they're good luck. So I think they're still volcanic. So how do you think that this story, parts of this story, might affect their life now? Yes.
Maybe they'll be sad because some of it were saying like they were driven off the edge of a cliff and stuff, and they'll realize that they shouldn't be fighting. They should be, happy that they weren't in that situation or something like that, and they might start getting along and.
Absolutely. So the part in the text where it talks about all the unfortunate things that happened might make them more thankful for what they have. Absolutely, yeah.
I did this before, but I didn't know if it made sense.
Okay.
Whoever carries these stones will have good luck always.
Okay, and how does that affect them?
Well, it's kind of what Philip said. It says it's good luck, but the stones are also volcanic, so it might affect it just a little bit.
Might affect who?
Paco and Tella.
How so?
Because Paco would probably be bragging if they actually were just good luck stones. Because I think he's the oldest and he likes to brag a lot.
Okay.
And it says that they're like, it doesn't really say that much about volcanic stones, so maybe they're like more magical. Like maybe they're the beliefs of the stones. It's like mostly people just want them for their luckiness and stuff.
Maybe. Okay. Any other things that we want to share? Okay, hit the record button. What'd you highlight, Chloe?
I have thinking about the woman who had cried for
And how do you think that's going to affect them?
because their stones were back there at that time, so they could kind of think how special they are to have that, to have stones that were around when they're there.
Okay. Yeah, Ellie?
I don't know if this would really be what you asked, but I highlighted thinking about the woman who had cried for their men, and a blanket of sadness covered them both.
Why did you highlight that?
Because it was kind of like thinking about the women who had cried for the men, they were kind of like, you could see how they were like, it was like,
Yeah.
They felt like kind of sad.
yeah.
How the story like
Yeah.
made them feel sad for the women. Absolutely. Okay. I'm gonna have you finish the story